Nothing is as pure and as insurmountable as a mother's love. Every sacrifice, every heartache, every tear brings a sense of joy and fulfillment. For being a mother is a gift. This week, we listen to stories of mothers with big hearts for their families and communities. I'm Amelyn Veloso, and this is our story.
Mahalagang mahalaga ang isang nanay kasi parang sabi nga nila, ilaw sila ng tahanan. So kapag napundi ang ilaw ng tahanan, ang isang pamilya magulo.
Joy Soliano never thought she'd be a part of a cause far greater than herself. Filled with burning passion to spark change, she helps light other mothers' lives.
Ako po si Joy Perez Soliano. Ako po ang project manager ng Light the Life Candles. Isang candle making livelihood project under ng Shrine of Our Lady of Mercy ng Novaliches proper. Una po, lahat po talaga ng mothers is wala pong alam kung paano gumawa ng kandila. Trial and error po, lahat po ng klase ng wick at saka yung lahat din po ng klase ng mold na subukan na po namin. Doon po kami nagsimula, nag-training po kami ng mga mothers doon. Dati po ako nagtitinda ng halo-halo, french fries, hamburger, tsaka lutong ulam. Nung time po na yon is yung place na pinagtitindahan ko po is madedemolish. Kung sakali pong mangyayari yon, mawawalan po ako ng pagkakahanap buhay po. So, nung time din na yon, active po ako sa St. Peter Parish. Doon ko po nakilala si Miss Ena, isa pong Korean missionary. Naatasan na magbuo po ng isang livelihood. Sabay po kaming nag-training at doon po nagsimula. Bali, ang learning center, ang purpose nun is habang nagtatrabaho ang mga nanay, nakikita nila yung mga anak nila na nandyan lang, na safe yung feeling nila na andyan lang yung anak nila. Hindi, kasi di ba minsan ang nanay talaga nagwo-worry na anak nila baka kung saan pumunta, madisgrasya. So yon, isang purpose din yun para makita ng mga nanay na nandyan. At the same time, matutunan sila, matutukan sila sa pag-aaral nila, sa assignment. Dito sa Light the Life, yung mga bata dito safe naman sila. So, pwede silang kung ano man maglaro, mag-drawing, kung ano man. At yun nga, mag-aaral din sila. So, yung mga feeling ng mga nanay, safe yung mga anak nila dito. Bali po kasi merong pong scholarship ang Light the Life Candles na specifically para lang po sa mga bata o mga anak ng mga nanay na nagtatrabaho po dito sa Light the Life Candles. Bali po kasi ang Light the Life Candles, hindi lang po pang financial side ang pagtulong na ginagawa, kundi rin po sa spiritual side kasi po mayroon po kaming mga retreat, recollection, seminars, Bible sharing every Friday. So yun po, bali nahuhubog po ang mga nanay on their spiritual side. Sa Light the Life, natuto akong makihalubilo sa lahat ng klase ng tao, natuto akong makibagay. Dito po sa Light the Life Candle, parang isa po kaming pamilya. Lahat po tulong-tulong, lahat po kung may problema na pag-uusapan, kung may isang problema yung isang nanay, kailangan tulungan. Meron po talagang mga nanay na sumusuko sa training pa lang, pero kung talaga pong, siyempre po, ang unang dapat isipin ng nanay, gagawin niya tong hanap buhay na to kasi para sa pamilya niya, hindi para pang sarili niya. So, kailangan niyang matutunan kung ano man yung bagay na nandyan sa harapan niya, kung malagpasan yung problema na nandyan sa harapan niya. So, ini-encourage namin siya na okay lang magkamali kasi sa pagkakamali, doon ka matututo. Malaking bagay po talaga ang naitulong ng Light the Life Candle kasi po kung sa amin lang pong mag-asawang kita, hindi po talaga kakayanin namin mapag-aaral ang mga anak ko. Isang nanay na Pilipino is talagang maalaga siya, talagang kahit marami siyang anak, kilala niya ang bawat isa, alam niya kung paano i-approach ang bawat isa, kung ano yung tamang approach sa isang bata. So, ganun din dito rin sa livelihood. Kumbaga, parang bawat nanay, iba-iba ang approach sa mga anak, kung paano nila pinalaki. Once na nahubog mo ang isang nanay, parang nadala mo na ang buong pamilya. Lalong-lalo na yung mga anak nila, lalo na kung nahubog mo sila spiritually, bali buong pamilya na yung niyakap mo. Ang pagiging nanay kasi parang walang katapusan. Habang nandyan yung pamilya mo, habang nandyan yung tinuturo yung pamilya, lalabas at lalabas yung pagiging nanay mo. Kapag niyakap mo ang isang nanay at naihubog mo siya ng tama, para mo na rin hinubog yung buong pamilya.
I believe that you're placed in this world for a reason far bigger than yourself. So what is that reason? It is to be able to have an influence, positive influence to the people around you.
Play is a vital part of every child's life. But for Sigrid Perez, playing is a key that opens every child's potential. And for her son, it was a tool to survive.
My name is Sigrid Perez and I'm the Executive Director of Play Pilipinas. Play Pilipinas was established in 2011 after my husband and I realized that play spaces weren't really very much available among children, especially those coming from the urban poorer areas.
Kids, calm down.
Coming from an experience, our personal experience of parents of 8 children, it was difficult and challenging for us to be able to let our children play as children should do, safely and freely. When we talk about play, the play that we want to push for, it's really the kind of play that is child-initiated, child-directed, which means play that comes from the child. Some people confuse sports with play. These are two different things. Well, sports, although they do some kind of play there, they are bound by certain rules. But play that is self-directed or child-initiated. For example, if you give them a box, allow him the freedom to do whatever it is that he wants to do with that box. And you will be surprised that it can be a house, it can be his office building, it can be a store. As an early childhood practitioner or teacher before, I knew the value that play brings into children's lives. It really exposes the children to the development of skills and allows them to be creative by just allowing them to play. One achievement or one important value of play, it's being able to see yourself beyond what you think you can do. In other countries, they did an extensive study in children, comparing children who had healthy play life versus children who were deprived of play activities when they were young. They had really stronger brain connections, which facilitated for better communication skills, better problem-solving skills. All of those things came into play. What we really stress in Play Pilipinas is the importance of allowing the child to have many play experiences. If you allow the child to play, we really see the skills develop by leaps and bounds, especially during the first 6 years of life. So that's why the more opportunities that a child has to play, the more opportunities they have to communicate, the more opportunities they have to balancing activities, problem-solving skills, eye-hand coordination, large motor movements, fine motor movement. Unfortunately, if they don't do that, then you have fewer creative people, fewer adults who are probably less resilient in life. So that's the challenge if we really deprive children of play opportunities, or if we allow them to play only for close-ended activities like games on the iPad, you know, or any gadget for that matter. Yes, you allow them to play with those things, and it may develop some skills like eye-hand coordination, but it's very limited. You want to develop the child as a whole. I think specifically for my son who had cancer, how were we able to use play in communicating to him that he had cancer? He was 3 years old. So how do you deal with something like that, right? Of course, it was a challenge for us. We never expected that cancer can happen in children, although my dad had it, but he was already an adult. It was leukemia, so it runs in my family. But when it happened to him, we were a bit surprised and shocked. We also pray a lot, so we never doubted that it was the will of our Lord for us, but that we knew that we would also be given the graces to survive this and to weather this storm. We had to have his cooperation in terms of treatment because it wasn't going to be easy. We talked to him. My husband was the one who did this. You have a big monster inside your body. Are you going to allow it to eat you up, or will you fight it? Of course, it's putting challenge in his ability to, imagine him as a superhero. So he says, I want to fight it, Dad. I want to fight it, and I want to win. So that's how we did it. So every time he had to go through treatment, we would make it some sort of a playful activity until he just got used to it. He accepted the reality that he was going to have to go through these painful procedures for the next 2 years. I'm happy to say that although he remembers some portions of those, some parts of those experiences, he's coming out like a healthy and happy child who's now aiming for his own dreams in life. No parent ever wishes that their child will get sick, right? It's something that one parent's or any parent's most dreaded nightmares, for a child to be sick, especially with a life-threatening disease. No one ever wants that. But my husband and I always believe that you are given something that you are able to face and you're able to handle. You're never given something that you're not able to handle. Why? Because these are things that happen into your life. At the same time, you're given the graces to face it. So even if I wish that maybe my child didn't have to go through that, at the same time, I'm happy that we did. Why? Because it had made us stronger individuals, even my son. It has impacted him in a way that probably no other child would have experienced. Because of that, I think I had grown to become more patient, more mature, and I wouldn't have been the person I am today. And it has given us, because of that, the opportunity to also touch the lives of other families who are in similar situations.
Raising one child is never an easy task. What more, raising 8 children? Sigrid Perez proves that the love she has for her 8 children is beyond compare.
Being a mother, I wouldn't have it any other way. If you were to ask me if I could live my life over again, would I have fewer children? No, I wouldn't. I cannot imagine life without having the last 2 or the last 4. That I would still have all my children all over again. And the best part is being given the opportunity by God to raise 8 individual children who will become, hopefully, responsible and concerned citizens in the future. I think that is in itself a gift. The most challenging part, I think, it's making sure that you have time for each one, make them feel valuable, to make sure that to make them feel special in whatever way you can, making sure that you're there when they need you. There is every parent's right way, to each his own. And that, I think, works best for each of the families, because each family, they have their own principles, they have their own values, practices, and culture. And it's up to the parents how, especially the spouses, the parents, how they decide to want to raise their child. I just strongly believe that they have to impart as much as possible the positive values, because that's what makes responsible citizens and responsible adults later on. But in whatever way they can do that, then you're free. We have a family vision. The shorter version of it is for each one of us to be happy, healthy, and holy. We try to do and channel all our activities towards that vision, because if corporations have vision, I think every family should have one as well, because you are raising the most important corporation in the world. It's your own family. I would like to see my children one day ultimately growing up happy and healthy individuals and achieving their own dreams. As a parent, and specifically as a mom, expect to have really challenges in your life. And that's for one reason. It's really to make you be a better person and to make your children better persons, better individuals, better adults. I think that's one single important role any parent should have and any mother should understand once they become parents. Once you realize that in your life, you will see that you don't live your life anymore for yourself. You live it for people, for others, for your family members, for your children. My advice, I guess, to parents and to other mothers like me is to understand that this is your role. You are in this blessed position and situation to be given that opportunity to raise the young lives that you have under your care. As a teacher, even when I wasn't married yet, I realized that looking at the children I deal with, it's either I can make their lives or I can break it. But why will I break it? So I had that unique power and that unique situation to actually have that positive influence in their lives. So why will I limit myself from allowing them to live their life to the fullest with my support? So I think parents and mothers should understand that unique role and try, and I think if they have that in their heart, it's rare for them to make mistakes, because that's the most important part, that they have at the bottom of their hearts their genuine concern for their children. If you have that deep-seated in your heart, it's rare for you to go wrong. Perhaps you can learn a few techniques which some parenting people may give and they can learn from. But these are techniques. At the end of the day, what children will remember is really the amount of time that you had, the attention and the care and the love that you give them when they become adults. And that is something that will not be removed from their hearts. They will always remember that. And they will always give credit, because that's the way I remember my parents, specifically my mom. My mom was always available for me. Every time I had challenges in my life, moving out to Manila for college, facing challenges at work, it was always, I had my mom to call on. And that's the same way, it just continues. They know that they can count on their parents and their moms, then that is something that you can never take away from them. They will always remember it, even if they become parents themselves.
Subscribe to my channel.
Yes, your most important people is your family. So if you're able to raise these 8 children as responsible citizens, as responsible adults later in life, yes, you would have done that job well, good as a parent. But in my life, in all honesty, I feel that I have the energy, I have the disposition to still go a little beyond my 8 children and be able to talk to other parents who may be needing my help. Why deny them that? Because as I said, if you're given that grace, if you're given that opportunity, if you're given that blessing to be of influence and to be able to help other mothers or other parents for that matter, why stop yourself? You have been given that, and you're given that blessing and the grace to be able to do it. Why stop yourself? Then you are not only raising 8 responsible adults, maybe you're also influencing other mothers around you or other parents around you. And they are parents of other young children. And that influence can pass on to their own children. So we are hoping to just build little by little, perhaps a community of people who care for one another.
Joy and Sigrid's stories tell us that motherhood is a responsibility. As we celebrate Mother's Day, let's treasure the love, the passion, and the sacrifice our mothers give. I'm Amelin Veloso. Join us again next week as we tell you more stories that inform and inspire.